Hi, I'm Greg from Second Thoughts East Yorkshire. It's important to realise that anyone can become angry, even placid people at times, especially during lockdown, the pressure cooker environment we find ourselves in now. Now, I actually have a confession to make here. I went for a short walk yesterday with my wife in our village. We try and do a short walk every day just to keep our spirits up, and we obviously respect social distancing. Anyway, yesterday an elderly guy was walking towards us, and because of the guidelines around social distancing, i.e. keeping at least 2 metre space between people, we moved onto the road and my wife smiled at the guy and said, "Nothing personal," as we did so. The guy walked around the corner and swore using really strong language. And I felt angry. I was annoyed that the man had sworn at us, that he failed to recognise the importance of keeping his distance, and that he totally disregarded the gravity of the current situation. We've seen this guy before, and he does present as somewhat odd and a little bit detached. The chances are, when I thought about this afterwards, that we're no different to anyone else that he stumbles across in his daily activities, and the anguish and mental turmoil he's probably experiencing in his own mind isn't something that anyone would envy. It's actually normal to be angry sometimes, for example at injustice or if somebody's rights are being stamped on. It's therefore a necessary part of life, but it should be controlled and channeled. Uncontrolled and frequent outbursts of anger will affect your health, both your mental and physical health, and it can damage your relationships with other people. You'll have heard the term anger management, a term that's used to describe the skills you need to recognise that you or someone else is becoming angry, and then take appropriate action to deal with the situation in a positive way. It doesn't mean trying to mask the anger or internalising it, suppressing it, but it's recognising the triggers and signs of anger and finding other more appropriate ways to express your feelings. With my incident yesterday, it led me to do this video cast, so it's produced a good outcome from a negative experience. Anger management, therefore, is about learning to control your anger, so it's control but not suppress it. This doesn't mean to suppress or internalise it, because that can be as damaging as frequent outbursts. So losing your temper a lot is damaging, but pretending that you're never getting angry equally is damaging too. Instead, it's about understanding why you are angry and learning to manage your emotions more effectively. Any angry situation can end up making you do and say things that you probably would never do under normal circumstances. When we become angry, we can overstep our normal barriers and inhibitions, but then end up regretting our moments of weakness when anger overwhelms us later. The real bottom line is we all have to understand the fact that uncontrolled anger is a problem. It's impossible to find a solution to a problem if we fail to recognise that there is a problem in the first place. Anger often stems from disagreements and unwanted misunderstandings. These are the kind of situations that test your patience and test your overall patience level. So, is there any advance warning when we're starting to lose it? For most of us, becoming angry will have certain stages, so try to recognise the stages. Some common stages may include pursing your lips, grinding your teeth, becoming red in the face, feeling really hot and flushed, shaking and anxiety, pounding heart, making a fist, or maybe snapping at someone or snapping at everyone. If you recognise these stages in yourself, be aware of them and take some action to recompose yourself. So the first tip to cope is take time out. Distract your mind from the situation making you angry. You can maybe recite a mantra such as keep my cool, and just keep saying it pretty quietly or just in your own head. Or think about something pleasant, maybe a hobby or a place that you love. Responding too quickly to someone who's done something to make you angry isn't good. Saying something in the heat of the moment's easy, but the after effects really aren't that easy and make your life really difficult. You could try counting to 50 or maybe even to 100, or try saying the alphabet to yourself, but say it backwards. Concentrating on that, you'll displace any angry thoughts that you may have. When you count or think of something else rather than what's causing you to become angry, it does help in ensuring that you distract yourself from the triggers and hence aids the handling the anger in a more positive way. The second tip is try not to bottle things up. Some people seem angry all the time, and one of the major reasons behind the persistent rage in an individual is because people have unresolved issues, resentments or frustrations swirling around in the mind. Bottling feelings up isn't helpful, and they can explode at the wrong person at the wrong time. One of the best ways when it comes to how to manage anger is to avoid bottling feelings up. Instead of doing so, just ensure that you have an healthy outlet for the frustration and irritation that you're feeling inside you. Talk things over before they become concentrated in a calm manner. Be assertive but non-confrontational about the situation, and be clear about your stance without being hurtful to the person on the receiving end. Don't shout and don't use insulting words. This will help you to handle and manage your anger in the best way possible. The third tip is don't discuss issues when you're angry. Try to calm down first. In order to be able to constructively handle your anger, it's important that you first calm your anger. You won't necessarily find useful outcomes when you lash out when you're angry, will you? It's actually very important to calm down and let off steam before you express what's upsetting you and what's causing the problem in the first place. Otherwise, you might be sidetracked, or you might forget the original point, or just become that flustered that you can't remember the point that you are trying to make. The fourth tip is recognize your triggers, as we said before. One of the best ways on how to manage anger is by identifying what's causing it in the first place. There may be a few reasons why you become angry and why that's common and understandable. It's also very important to ensure that you know what triggered the problem altogether. Apart from a situation or a person being a trigger, there could be a number of factors that could be influencing it. You could be under a lot of pressure or experiencing mood swings that could be a factor behind this anger loss. Is work stressful, or maybe not being in work is stressful? Is a relationship wobbly, or is debt causing you to be angry? There are many agencies that can help with these problems, ranging from the Citizens Advice Bureau through to alcohol and substance abuse charities and many others in between. Don't struggle alone without help. Just Google what help there is available. The fifth tip might sound obvious at first, but breathe. Remember to breathe. As naff as it sounds, one of the best ways of dealing with anger is by breathing deeply in and out 3 times. Just let things calm down a little. When you're angry and there's something that's frustrating you and getting on your nerves, it's very common for your body to become tense and your breathing can become shallow, triggering flight or fight, a panic attack in essence. Measured deep breathing helps to calm down your anger and aid in composing your body again. The sixth tip is to visualize or picture a massive stop sign. Imagine a huge red stop sign when you get angry, and it can help in controlling it. It's a really powerful visual image and gives you those few seconds for the peak of the rage to subside. Some people may carry a stress ball in their pocket, or a rubber band that they can twang, or something that they can fidget with to divert the angst and help you to cope through the rising anger stage. The seventh tip is don't hold grudges. I still resent that kid at school who was a milk monitor giving me that dirty bottle. Not really, I'm only kidding. It shows my age as well, doesn't it, talking about milk monitors. But joking aside, some people do bear grudges for years and years. Doing that only serves to damage your own psyche. Chances are that the person you're holding the grudge about has forgotten all about whatever the reason is, but it's you who continues to feel the anger and resentment, and it's you that continues to suffer. Being negative about someone or something will end up making you feel irritated with anything remotely associated with them, and it'll make you get angry far more easily. Instead of holding a grudge, try and move on from the situation and be forgiving, because otherwise the negative thoughts will start festering in your mind and make you even angrier. The eighth tip is please talk to someone. One of the best ways on how to manage anger is talking out the problems with someone else, someone who won't take sides, but who will listen to you and take you seriously. Talk to someone who you trust and who'll be able to take the burden off your shoulders. It could be anyone. It could be a friend, a family member, maybe a neighbour, anyone who you trust enough to share your problems with. The 9th tip is laughter. Laughter's the best medicine. Remember the school joker, the kid who would always make people laugh? Chances are they never became embroiled in aggression because the laughter helped them to sidestep it, to dilute it, to dissolve it. If you've been trying to calm down your anger, switch the situation to something funny. When you're dealing with someone stuck in a situation of anger, try and engage yourself in a situation that would make them laugh or lift their mood instead, without becoming angry or aggressive. Handling the situation light-heartedly helps in better anger management and even helps diffuse the anger a lot faster in a constructive way. The 10th and final tip is write a novel. Nah, not really. But you can control rage by writing a few things down. It can be a management plan, if you like, a route map for you to navigate your way through testing and challenging situations if they happen again. I hope you found this videocast helpful. I'll insert a slide at the end summarising those 10 tips that I've just gone through. I'll be back soon with more information. In the meantime, keep you cool, take care, stay safe, and good mental health. Bye.